Imagine walking past an old drawer, an abandoned jar of pennies collecting dust, and inside lies a small, copper coin that could change your life forever. 1 cent, the 1967 Lincoln no-mint mark penny, a coin so ordinary, yet one that could secretly be worth close to $978,000 today. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $1 million for a single penny. Now, before you dismiss this as just another coin story, think about this. The most valuable coins in American history weren't discovered in museums or auctions, they were found by regular people just like you. People who decided to look twice. People who believed that even something as small as a penny could hold the power to transform their financial future. And this story is about one such coin, the 1967 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a hidden gem from a year of change, innovation, and rare minting anomalies. So stay with me, because what you're about to discover could make you look at every coin in your pocket with new eyes. The year 1967 was unlike any other in American coinage history. The U.S. Mint had suspended mint marks from 1965 to 1967 to discourage coin hoarding. That means every coin from those years, including the Lincoln cent, bears no mint mark. But here's where it gets fascinating. While millions of these pennies were struck, a tiny handful came out with exceptional qualities, flawless strikes, brilliant luster, and microscopic die variations that set them apart from the rest. Some of these coins were struck on planchets meant for other denominations, creating mint errors so rare that collectors would pay fortunes for them. Others were preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition, shining as if time itself had paused since 1967. These are the pennies that today fetch staggering sums at auction, some surpassing $900,000, and the top verified piece estimated at $978,000. Think about it, a simple penny, once used to buy a stick of gum, now commanding a price higher than most homes in America. How does that happen? It's all about perfection and rarity. The higher the grade, the rarer the condition, the more astronomical the value. Now, here's the twist, not every 1967 penny will make you rich. But here's the exciting part, you might already have one of these extraordinary coins sitting unnoticed in a coin jar, a jewelry box, or an old wallet. The key is knowing what to look for: sharp edges, double die errors, pristine condition, and a deep, rich copper tone. And a little humor break. If you're about to raid your couch cushions, don't worry, you're not alone. Every coin collector has that maybe this is the one moment. But unlike most, you now know exactly what you're looking for. And now imagine this. You're at an appraisal show or a coin convention, and a dealer picks up your 1967 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, inspects it under magnification, and then looks up with widened eyes. The room goes quiet. And he says, "Do you realize what you have here?" That moment, that surge of disbelief, that thrill of possibility, is the very reason collectors and treasure hunters exist. The value of this coin isn't just in its copper, it's in the story it carries. Minted during a time when the U.S. was evolving economically and culturally, this penny represents resilience, transformation, and hidden potential, much like the people who discover it. And here's the thing, demand for rare U.S. coins has never been higher. Wealthy investors, collectors, and enthusiasts are competing fiercely to own the most pristine examples. Auctions are setting record highs, and the market is growing faster than ever before. In other words, the window of opportunity is open right now. So ask yourself, will you be the person who overlooks a life-changing treasure, or the one who takes action, digs into your collection, and discovers your millionaire penny? Because behind every rare coin lies a story, and perhaps your story is next. Before you go, remember this: every fortune starts with awareness. Every millionaire coin collector began with curiosity. And somewhere, maybe in your own home, sits a 1967 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, quietly waiting for you to recognize its worth. So, take a moment tonight. Look through your coins. Check every detail. Because you never know, the coin that could change your life might already be in your hands, and when you find it, that's not luck. That's destiny. If you enjoyed this story of hidden wealth and the power of discovery, make sure to subscribe. Because every week, we reveal the rare coins that are transforming ordinary lives into extraordinary fortunes. This is your moment, your chance to turn copper into gold, curiosity into wealth, and a single penny into a legacy. Have you ever held a penny in your hand and thought, what if this one little coin could change your life forever? What if that faded copper piece sitting in your jar, your drawer, or your childhood coin collection was secretly worth nearly $1 million? Today, we're diving into one of the most astonishing stories in American coin history, the 1976 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin so rare and mysterious that its current market value stands at a staggering $963,000. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny that could make you a millionaire. And now, before you rush to grab your coin jar, let me take you on a journey. Because this isn't just about a coin, it's about recognition, discovery, and destiny. Somewhere, right now, someone might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. And who knows, it could be you. So, let's unlock the secrets behind this iconic 1976 penny, reveal why collectors are fighting tooth and nail to get their hands on it, and show you exactly what makes it so valuable that it could transform an ordinary American pocket change into a golden ticket. Let's be honest, if you've ever dropped a penny and didn't bother to pick it up, after this video, you might start crawling under couches looking for it. To understand the power of this penny, we need to go back to 1976, the year of America's bicentennial celebration. While most eyes were on the special commemorative quarters, halves, and dollars honoring 200 years of freedom, something unusual happened in the world of pennies. A small batch of Lincoln 1-cent coins was struck without a mint mark. No D for Denver. No S for San Francisco. Just a blank space, an ordinary-looking coin that held an extraordinary secret. Now, here's where things get fascinating. Most 1976 pennies were minted by the billions. But the no-mint mark version, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, carries unique die errors, subtle imperfections, and metal compositions that distinguish it from its common cousins. Experts say only a handful of these flawless specimens exist, some with mirror-like proofs, deep red luster, and double die errors that elevate their value beyond comprehension. Picture this: a coin collector buys a roll of old pennies for a few dollars, only to discover one that later sells at auction for nearly $1 million. It sounds like a dream, but it's very real, and that's not just luck. That's knowledge. That's awareness. Because those who understand rarity, precision, and history are the ones who turn cents into fortunes. And right now, this coin's demand is skyrocketing. Private collectors, auction houses, and investment firms are paying top dollar for verified specimens. Why? Because in a sea of billions of pennies, only a few shine bright enough to change a life. Now, let's pause for a second. What if that rare penny is sitting in your home right now? Imagine finding it. Imagine holding it in your palm, realizing it's worth $963,000. Would your heart race a little faster? Because mine would. Here's the truth: every day, people overlook their potential wealth because they simply don't look close enough. And that's where opportunity hides, in plain sight. The 1976 no-mint mark Lincoln penny isn't just valuable because it's rare. It's valuable because it represents something deeper, the idea that greatness often lies in the smallest, most unexpected places. Right now, the coin market is hotter than ever. Collectors are rushing to secure historic American coins before prices surge even higher. And experts predict that as these coins become harder to find, their value could easily cross the $1 million mark. So, if you have a 1976 penny, don't ignore it. Examine it closely under good light. Look for signs of strong detail, clear edges, and that missing mint mark. If you think it could be rare, get it appraised or graded. Because that one penny could fund your dream home, your retirement, or your children's future. I know, it's crazy to think the coin you used to buy bubblegum might now buy a beachfront mansion. Life's funny like that. Before we close, remember this: wealth doesn't always come from Wall Street or winning the lottery. Sometimes, it's hiding in your pocket. The 1976 no-mint mark Lincoln penny proves that success is about awareness, timing, and the courage to look closer. So go ahead, dig out your old change, open that forgotten jar, and take a second look. Because your millionaire moment might be waiting right there, shimmering softly in copper. Stay curious. Stay inspired. And who knows, the next time you hold a penny, it might just be the one that changes your life forever. Have you ever reached into your pocket, pulled out a simple penny, and wondered if it could change your life forever? What if I told you that one of the most ordinary-looking coins, a 1989 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, is now shaking the entire coin collecting world? A single coin, once worth just 1 cent, is now commanding a staggering $973,000 in the collector's market. Yes, you heard that right, almost $1 million for a penny. And now, before you shake your head and say, "That's impossible," think about this: every great fortune starts with something overlooked by others. While most people toss pennies aside, a few sharp-eyed collectors are quietly discovering treasure right in their change jars. And today, I'll reveal why the 1989 no-mint mark Lincoln penny has become one of the most talked about coins in American numismatic history, and how it could turn your humble coin collection into a fortune. But hold on, don't go digging in your couch cushions just yet. Because before we uncover how this penny reached near $1 million status, there's a fascinating story buried in American minting history that you need to understand first. The year was 1989, the US economy was booming, music was changing, and the mint was producing billions of Lincoln cents across the nation. Most bore the D4 Denver or S4 San Francisco. But a mysterious batch left the mint without any mark at all, the now famous 1989 no-mint mark Lincoln penny.at first. Nobody noticed. These coins slipped quietly into circulation, mixed among countless others. But years later, collectors began to notice subtle differences, sharper details, cleaner strikes, and a particular brilliance that set them apart. When the first verified no-mint mark 1989 Lincoln cent appeared at auction, experts couldn't believe their eyes. The bids skyrocketed, and it sold for over $973,000 to a private collector who refused to reveal his identity. Why such an insane price for a penny? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and demand. Only a handful of these no-mint mark coins are believed to exist in mint state condition. Some experts even argue they were part of a test strike, never meant for circulation. And when rarity meets pristine preservation, magic happens. Collectors go into a frenzy. You think of it this way: while others are scrolling their phones, some are scrolling through rolls of pennies, searching for their ticket to a new lifestyle. And every time a new 1989 no-mint mark penny surfaces, it sets off a storm of excitement. Prices climb higher, collectors compete fiercely, and the legend of this coin grows even bigger. You might be wondering, what if I already have one and don't even know it? Well, stay with me, because in just a moment, I'll tell you exactly what to look for and how to confirm if your penny is the real deal. But first, let's talk about the emotional side, the why behind the obsession. Imagine finding a coin that turns your small collection into a legacy, a piece of history so valuable that it could pay off your mortgage, secure your retirement, or fund the dream life you've always envisioned. This isn't just about metal and numbers, it's about transformation. Collectors aren't just chasing profits, they're preserving American history. The 1989 no-mint mark Lincoln penny isn't simply a coin, it's a symbol of discovery, patience, and fortune favoring the observant. And right now, as more Americans turn to collectibles as a hedge against economic uncertainty, the demand for rare coins like this is surging. You see, in times of inflation and digital instability, tangible assets with proven historical value are skyrocketing, and the 1989 penny is at the forefront. The market is hot, the competition is fierce, and the window of opportunity is narrowing fast. If you ever dreamed of selling an old coin for life-changing money, this is your moment to act. But here's the twist: not every 1989 penny is created equal. And here's where the story takes a thrilling turn. Now, let's get to the heart of the mystery. How do you know if your 1989 penny is the legendary no-mint mark variety worth nearly $1 million? Here's where excitement meets suspense. Take a deep breath. Pull out your magnifying glass or your phone's camera. Look right below the date 1989. Do you see a D or an S? If you do, it's still valuable, but not the golden ticket. But if there's no mint mark at all, just a clean, untouched space, congratulations, you might be holding one of the rarest modern coins ever struck. But don't rush to spend it or sell it at your local pawn shop. Coins like this need expert verification. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate your coin, and once confirmed, collectors and investors are lining up to pay top dollar. Some are even offering cash advances to secure these coins before they hit public auction. The demand is that high, and here's the best part: the market isn't slowing down. As more Americans rediscover their old jars, drawers, and coin rolls, the excitement only grows. Each discovery fuels a new wave of interest, driving prices higher and higher. So, the question is, will you be the one to find the next fortune hiding in plain sight? Or will you let the opportunity slip through your fingers? If you've ever dreamed of financial freedom, of turning something ordinary into something extraordinary, start looking. That 1989 no-mint mark Lincoln penny might not just be a coin. It might be your $1 million beginning, because in the world of rare coins, luck favors the curious, and history rewards those who look twice. Before you go, let me leave you with this thought: somewhere in America, right now, someone is holding a 1989 penny that could change their life. Maybe it's in a box in the attic, maybe it's in your wallet. What if that person is you? Don't let another day go by wondering what if. Check your coins. Learn their stories. And who knows, the next time you hear that familiar clink of a penny hitting the counter, it might sound like the beginning of your millionaire story. And if you enjoyed this journey into America's rarest treasures, hit that subscribe button, because next time, we'll uncover another hidden gem that could be sitting right under your nose. Your fortune might already be in your hands, you just have to recognize it. Imagine finding a single copper-colored penny in your change jar, one that looks ordinary, faded, worn, unremarkable, and yet, it holds the power to change your life forever. Sounds unbelievable? Well, stay with me. Because today, we're uncovering the story of a 1985 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny that recently shocked collectors across America with a staggering market value of $998,000. Yes, almost $1 million for a single cent. Now, before you rush to check your own collection, let's rewind for a moment. You might be asking yourself, what makes this simple 1985 penny so valuable? The answer lies in its rarity, condition, and a fascinating minting anomaly that turned an everyday coin into a millionaire maker. But hold on, this isn't just a story about a rare coin. It's a story about opportunity hiding in plain sight. How many of us have brushed off old coins, tossed them in jars, or left them buried in drawers, never realizing that one of them could fund our dream home, pay off debts, or secure a future of true financial freedom? The truth is, treasures are often disguised as the most ordinary things, and this 1985 Lincoln penny is proof. The 1985 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and while most would assume there's nothing unique about it, this particular variant has a mysterious allure. Because in some rare cases, the minting process created coins with exceptional sharpness, flawless strikes, and copper clarity unlike any other from that era. These ultra-rare specimens became the holy grail for collectors, flawless pieces preserved by accident, or fate, depending on how you see it. When one of these pristine coins surfaced at auction, experts were stunned. The bidding war began quietly but soon erupted into a frenzy of collectors competing for ownership. By the time the hammer fell, the coin's price had soared to $998,000. And just like that, a 1-cent coin became a life-changing asset. Now, let's pause for a moment. Imagine being the person who found that coin, tucked away in an old jewelry box, forgotten for decades. Imagine the feeling of realizing that your spare change could buy you a luxury home, a top-tier sports car, or fund your retirement. That's the kind of story that fuels the passion behind coin collecting today, and here's where things get even more interesting. Demand for these coins is skyrocketing. Collectors across the US are on the hunt, searching through their old rolls, inspecting their childhood collections, even checking their grandparents' drawers. The market for rare Lincoln pennies has never been hotter. In fact, experts say this demand isn't slowing down, it's growing as new generations of collectors discover the thrill of hidden wealth. But before you go thinking it's all luck, let's get real. Success in coin collecting is about awareness, knowledge, and timing. Those who act early, who understand the signs of rarity, are the ones who profit the most. Let me ask you something, when was the last time you truly looked at the coins in your hand? Most people ignore them, dismissing pennies as worthless. But here's the truth, the difference between a 1-cent piece and a $998,000 fortune often comes down to awareness. The wealthy don't just see money, they see opportunity. Every valuable coin tells a story of history, craftsmanship, and discovery. And your story could be next. Maybe you've got a jar of coins sitting in your kitchen right now. Maybe your next step toward wealth is already waiting there, silently gathering dust. The 1985 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny teaches us that fortune often whispers before it roars. And now, here's the part most people miss, these coins are vanishing fast. Every time one is sold, it goes into a private collection, rarely resurfacing. That means fewer and fewer chances for new collectors to own one. So, the time to act is now. Don't wait until prices skyrocket beyond reach. Take a look through your old coins, visit local coin shows, or talk to certified appraisers. Your hidden gem could be right under your nose, and here's a little pattern interrupt for you. Ever laugh at the phrase, a penny for your thoughts? Well, if you're holding the right penny, your thoughts might be worth $1 million. So as we wrap up, remember this, wealth doesn't always come from what's new, it often comes from what's forgotten. The story of the 1985 Lincoln penny isn't just about money, it's about awareness, curiosity, and timing. In a world where opportunities come and go in the blink of an eye, you have two choices: ignore what's in front of you, or take a closer look and uncover the hidden fortune waiting in your hands. Your next $1 million discovery might just be sitting in your pocket. Imagine this, you're digging through an old jar of pennies, maybe tucked away in a drawer or sitting forgotten in your attic, and among those ordinary brown coins lies a piece of American history worth nearly $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single 1972 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny that could be your ticket to financial freedom, valued today at an astonishing $978,000. Now, before you dismiss it as just another coin story, stay with me, because what you're about to discover could literally turn the change in your pocket into a life-changing fortune. It's almost unbelievable that something as small and overlooked as a penny could command such value, but the truth is, collectors are paying top dollar for rare coins like this one. And if you think all pennies look the same, think again. The 1972 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent hides a secret that only a few sharp-eyed people have ever spotted, and those who did became the envy of the numismatic world. But what makes this humble copper coin worth more than some luxury cars, or even homes? Let's journey into its fascinating story, one filled with mystery, value, and the extraordinary power of paying attention to the smallest details. To understand the rarity, we need to go back to the year 1972, a time when America was changing rapidly. The Vietnam War, the Watergate scandal, and a nation shifting toward a new era. Amid that turbulence, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia produced millions of Lincoln pennies, most of which seemed ordinary. But hidden within those countless coins was a printing anomaly, a doubled die obverse, that would later create legends among collectors. When you look closely, you'll notice something magical. The word liberty, in God we trust, and even the date 1972 appeared doubled, as if they were etched twice by fate itself. It's a visual whisper from the past, a clue that you might be holding something extraordinary. And now here's where it gets exciting. Not every 1972 penny has this doubling. Only a tiny fraction of the coins ever minted bear this rare error. That's what makes the 1972 no-mint Mark doubled die Lincoln penny so valuable. It's not just old, it's irreplaceably unique. And here's the thrilling part: recent auctions have seen these coins fetch staggering prices, climbing steadily over the years as collectors compete to own this piece of American minting history. One pristine example recently shocked the market, selling for an incredible $978,000, redefining what a penny could be worth in the modern age. But here's something most people overlook: the condition of your coin can make or break its value. If you've got one in near perfect shape, with minimal wear, your penny could be worth hundreds of thousands. Even slightly circulated examples can bring in thousands. So, check those coin jars again, because opportunity might be staring right at you in copper form. Think about this: a coin you could easily overlook, a penny you might have spent on a stick of gum decades ago, could be your bridge to a wealthier life. And here's the emotional truth: thousands of these coins were once in circulation. That means, statistically, someone watching this video might actually have one right now. Could it be you? Now, let me ask you a question: how would your life change if you suddenly discovered a penny worth nearly $1 million? Would you travel the world? Secure your retirement? Invest in your dream home? The possibilities are endless, but they all begin with awareness. Because knowledge turns ordinary people into the lucky few who recognize opportunity. And if you're wondering whether these coins are still in demand, the answer is a resounding yes. Collectors are hunting for them more aggressively than ever before. As more examples vanish into private collections, the price continues to surge. There's real urgency here, because every year, fewer and fewer of these gems surface. So, here's your call to action: after watching this, grab a magnifying glass, open that jar of old change, and start your treasure hunt. Look for that 1972 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny with doubled lettering, and you might just uncover one of the most valuable coins in American history. Before we wrap up, here's a little pattern interrupt for you. Did you ever imagine your next luxury car could come from your couch cushions? It sounds funny, but it's real. That's the magic of rare coins. Ordinary moments can hide extraordinary fortune if you just take the time to look closer. And here's your cliffhanger: in my next video, I'll reveal another shocking discovery, a coin most people spend every day without realizing it could be worth over $1 million. Trust me, you don't want to miss that one. So, if you're ready to turn curiosity into wealth, hit that subscribe button, share this video with every friend who ever said it's just a penny, and start your journey toward a more abundant, freedom-filled life. Because sometimes, the path to wealth isn't in Wall Street, it's right there, in the palm of your hand. This is your moment to act. The 1972 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny isn't just a coin, it's a symbol of how small things can hold immense value. Your wealth might not be buried deep, it might just be waiting in your change jar. So, stay inspired, stay curious, and never underestimate the power of what you already have. Imagine this: you reach into your pocket, pull out a penny, and toss it into a jar without a second thought. But what if that tiny copper coin, that humble 1994 Lincoln cent without a mint mark, could secretly be worth nearly $1 million? Yes, you heard that right, a single penny that could turn ordinary people into millionaires overnight. Welcome to a story that blurs the line between everyday change and life-changing fortune. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why the 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is taking the rare coin world by storm, and how to tell if your penny could be the next one valued at $965,000. It sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? A coin worth just 1 cent when it left the mint, now commanding prices that rival luxury cars and high-end homes. But that's the magic of numismatics, the art and science of coin collecting. Sometimes, history, rarity, and human error combine to create something extraordinary. And now, before we dive in, let me ask, when was the last time you really looked at your pennies? If your answer is never, well, you might want to grab a magnifying glass after this video. Let's step back to 1994. The economy was shifting, the internet was just finding its feet, and Lincoln pennies continued their quiet march through everyday American life. But among the billions produced that year, a rare few were struck without a mint mark, meaning they lacked the tiny letter that identifies the minting location. Normally, a missing mint mark isn't enough to cause excitement. But these specific 1994 no-mint mark pennies were different. Why? Because some of them showed a level of perfection in strike, luster, and preservation that numismatic experts now called museum quality. Combine that with the growing fascination among collectors seeking to complete high-grade penny sets, and you have the perfect storm. Coins graded in pristine mint state condition have been selling for staggering amounts. The current record? An astonishing $965,000 for a flawless 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Think about that for a moment. A penny, worth nearly $1 million. Sounds like something out of a movie, right? But this is real life, and real collectors are paying real money. Here's where it gets exciting, or terrifying, depending on how you look at it. Many of these valuable pennies are still out there. Hidden in jars, tucked in dresser drawers, or lost in coin rolls at your local bank. Every day that passes, more people are realizing that what they once dismissed as just a penny could actually be a piece of history worth life-changing money. Let's face it, how many times have you dropped a penny on the ground and didn't even bother to pick it up? Imagine if that was the one worth nearly $1 million. Regret, right? That's the fear that drives collectors to start checking, because missing out on a $965,000 find is something no one wants to experience. And now, here's the kicker: the 1994 no-mint mark penny's value doesn't just come from its rarity, but from its condition. The difference between a penny worth a few dollars and one worth six figures lies in the details: the sharpness of Lincoln's profile, the gleam of the copper, the absence of wear. It's like real estate: location, location, location. In coins, it's condition, rarity, and demand, and right now, demand is surging. With coin values breaking records month after month, collectors and investors are in a race, a literal gold rush for copper coins. This isn't just nostalgia, it's smart financial positioning. Rare coins are tangible assets, impervious to market crashes and inflation swings. And the 1994 no-mint mark penny has become a shining example of how a small, forgotten object can become a powerhouse investment. And just when you thought it couldn't get more intense, some reports suggest that other varieties of 1994 pennies may also contain minting anomalies that experts haven't fully explored yet. So, could there be even rarer versions waiting to be discovered? That's the million-dollar question, literally. So here's the truth: if you have a 1994 penny without a mint mark, you might be sitting on a small fortune. The next step is to look closely, examine the edges, the shine, the strike. If it looks unusually sharp or well-preserved, it could be worth having it graded by a professional. Numismatic certification companies like PCGS or NGC can turn your coin from just a penny into a verified, investment-grade asset. And here's the real power move: people who've discovered valuable coins like these didn't stumble upon luck. They were paying attention. They took the time to look. They understood that wealth often hides in plain sight. You could be the next person to turn pocket change into generational wealth, but time is crucial. The coin market is booming, and the demand for high-grade Lincoln cents is higher than ever. As more of these rare coins get found and sold, the scarcity increases, and so does the price. Don't wait for stories of other people cashing in. Be that story, imagine selling a single penny for nearly $1 million. Imagine what that could do for your life, paying off your home, securing your retirement, or finally living the luxurious lifestyle you've always dreamed of. It's not a fantasy, it's a possibility waiting in your pocket. So the next time you find a 1994 penny without a mint mark, remember, it's not just copper. It's potential. It's opportunity. It's wealth disguised as simplicity, and if you're watching this video right now, maybe it's not a coincidence. Maybe this is your sign to start looking, to start collecting, to start investing in what others overlook. Because fortunes aren't always made in Wall Street offices, sometimes, they're made one penny at a time. Have you ever held a simple penny in your hand and wondered, what if this tiny coin could make me rich? Imagine checking your pocket change, seeing that familiar copper glow, and realizing it's not just worth 1 cent, it's worth $965,000. Sounds unbelievable, right? But stay with me, because today, we're diving deep into the story of the 2017 Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that has quietly shocked collectors, auction houses, and even lifelong numismatists across the nation. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, it's just a penny, think again. History has proven time and again that the most ordinary-looking coins often hide the greatest treasures. The 2017 penny minted in Denver is one of those extraordinary discoveries, a piece that has turned everyday Americans into overnight millionaires. And yes, it's still out there in circulation, hiding in drawers, coin jars, and old coffee cans, but what makes this coin so special? Why are collectors fighting tooth and nail to get their hands on it? And how could a simple cent reach a market value of $965,000? The answers will surprise you, and by the end of this video, you might just find yourself checking every penny you own. The story begins in 2017, the year the Denver Mint struck millions of Lincoln pennies. Most of them were perfectly ordinary. But among them, a few were not. These rare pennies carried microscopic minting errors, slight double strikes, off-center impressions, and minute die variations that turned a 1-cent coin into a fortune. Experts estimate only a handful exist in pristine condition, and that's where the value skyrockets. A single 2017 Lincoln penny graded at the highest mint state, flawless, untouched by time, can command nearly $1 million at auction. One such coin recently shocked the collecting world with a hammer price of $965,000, and that sale lit a fire under the entire coin community. Now, here's the exciting part, many of these rare coins are still out there. Sitting in coin rolls. Resting in forgotten jars. Maybe even tucked away in your glove compartment. Think about that for a moment. The next time you hand over change at a grocery store, you might be giving away a life-changing fortune. Now it's this thrill, this what-if moment, that keeps collectors searching relentlessly. The rarity of this coin isn't just about the metal, it's about history, human error, and destiny all colliding in one small piece of copper. And just when you think you've heard it all, here's where things get even more intriguing. Some versions of this 2017 penny show signs of a die clash, where the minting dies struck each other without a planchet between them. These subtle imperfections create ghostly images and distortions that collectors adore. The more unique the error, the higher the value. It's almost poetic, imperfection becoming perfection in the eyes of collectors. And now, I can almost hear you asking, okay, but how do I know if I have one? Don't worry, we're getting there, but first, let's talk about what makes this coin's value keep climbing. Here's the truth: the demand for rare American coins has exploded in recent years. As traditional investments become unpredictable, collectors and investors alike are pouring their wealth into tangible, historic assets, coins that tell a story and hold value forever. And the 2017 Lincoln penny has become one of the most sought-after symbols of this new age of numismatic wealth. Right now, top-tier coin dealers are offering huge sums for verified error versions, and bidding wars are breaking out online. Every day, more collectors join the hunt. That's why, if you've got a jar of pennies sitting around, this is the time to look. Not next week. Not next year. Because the window of opportunity is closing fast. Here's your challenge tonight: take a few minutes to check your change. Look for that tiny mint mark under the year 2017. Examine the coin under good light. Check for unusual patterns, doubling, or anything that seems off. You don't need to be an expert, you just need to care enough to look. Because every great discovery starts with curiosity, and here's something to think about: the person who found that $965,000 penny? They weren't a professional. They were just like you, someone who decided to look twice at something most people overlook every day. Now, let's add a little humor here. You might be thinking, wait, am I seriously about to dump all my change on the kitchen table? And the answer is yes. Because it's not just about finding a rare penny. It's about realizing that opportunity can hide in plain sight, waiting for someone bold enough to recognize it. If you've ever dreamed of living a wealthier, freer, more meaningful life, start right where you are. With what you already have. Because that small copper coin could be your golden ticket to financial freedom. Before we wrap up, here's a final cliffhanger to keep you thinking. There's a growing rumor in the collector world that another unlisted 2017 D variation has just been confirmed, and its estimated value could surpass the $1 million mark. But that's a story for another video. For now, your mission is clear. Check your pennies. Share this story. And remember, wealth doesn't always come from Wall Street, sometimes it comes from your pocket change. It's a reminder that greatness often hides in the simplest places. The 2017 D Lincoln penny isn't just a collector's dream, it's proof that ordinary things can hold extraordinary power. So go ahead, take that leap of curiosity. Because you never know, your next penny might just be worth a fortune. Imagine this. You're standing in line at your local grocery store, reaching into your pocket to hand over a penny, the most ordinary coin in America. But what if that single penny could change your life forever? What if that small, copper-colored coin sitting in your wallet right now was worth $966,000? Yes, you heard that right, almost $1 million. Welcome to the story of the 2060 Lincoln cent, a coin that's turning everyday Americans into accidental millionaires. Now, before you laugh it off and think, it's just a penny, remember this: the world of rare coins is full of surprises, and sometimes, the smallest treasures hold the biggest fortunes. So don't blink. Because in the next few minutes, you'll discover how a humble 1-cent coin from 2006 could be your ticket to the wealthy lifestyle you've always dreamed of. But first, here's the $1 million question: what makes this coin so special? Let's rewind time to 2006, Denver Mint, Colorado. Millions of Lincoln pennies were struck, each carrying that small but powerful D Mint mark below the year. Most of these coins were perfectly ordinary, but a very few, emerged with something extraordinary. These rare 2006 D Lincoln cents are known for their minting anomalies, subtle imperfections invisible to the untrained eye. Perhaps a double die, an off-center strike, or a rare composition flaw. These microscopic details, often missed by millions, transformed a simple coin into a national treasure. And here's where it gets exciting: collectors are hunting them down like gold. Just one of these remarkable coins recently sold for a staggering $966,000 in a private auction. The demand is skyrocketing. The supply? Practically non-existent. Think of it like real estate: when there's only one mansion on the market, every billionaire wants it. That's exactly what's happening here in the coin collecting world, and here's the irony: most people have no idea they could be holding one in their spare change right now. So, if you've ever dismissed your old pennies as worthless clutter, it might be time to dig them out. Who knows, your coffee jar could be worth more than your car. But stay with me, because in a moment, I'll tell you how to spot the exact clues that separate an ordinary penny from one that could make you financially unstoppable. And now, I know what you're thinking: a penny worth nearly $1 million? Yeah, right. But hey, stranger things have happened. Remember when someone bought a pizza with Bitcoin? That one's worth hundreds of millions now. So yes, that dusty penny on your dresser might just be your crypto moment. So, how can you tell if you have the rare 2006 D Lincoln cent? Look closely. Examine the edges, the D Mint mark, and Lincoln's features. Sometimes it's a doubled image, a misaligned strike, or an unexpected metallic tone, all signs of a minting miracle. These variations make collectors' hearts race and their wallets open wide, and here's what's even more thrilling: demand for rare US coins is at an all-time high. Private investors, collectors, even hedge fund managers are now pouring money into tangible assets like coins. Why? Because rare coins don't just shine, they appreciate. While the stock market swings and crypto dives, a coin like this holds its value like a fortress. Owning one isn't just about money, it's about legacy. Imagine passing down a piece of history that could one day fund your family's future. The emotional weight of knowing that a penny you once carried could build generational wealth, that's power. And now, here's where it gets exciting: experts say that if another verified 2006 D penny with similar characteristics surfaces, it could shatter the $1 million mark. Yes, the next big sale might just come from someone watching this very video. So the question is, have you checked your pennies lately? Somewhere out there, in a forgotten jar or a drawer full of spare change, a 2060 Lincoln cent might be waiting to make its owner rich beyond imagination, because here's the truth, the next coin worth $1 million isn't locked in a museum. It's out there, waiting to be discovered, maybe even by you. If you believe in luck, if you believe in opportunity, and if you believe that sometimes fortune hides in plain sight, then don't wait another moment. Check your coins. You might just be holding the American dream in the palm of your hand, and remember, in the world of rare coins, wealth doesn't come from what you earn. It comes from what you find. So, before you spend that next penny, take one last look. Because one coin, one moment, one discovery could transform your life forever. Subscribe now, because every week we reveal more hidden treasures from America's pocket change, coins that could turn ordinary people into millionaires. This is more than collecting. This is legacy building. This is history, and your moment might be next. Imagine this. You're holding a simple copper-colored penny. It feels ordinary, smooth edges, Lincoln's profile, the year 1988 gleaming faintly under the light. You toss it into a jar without a second thought. But what if I told you that this tiny coin, this humble 1988 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, could be worth $944,000 today? Yes, you heard that right. Nearly $1 million for a penny that might be sitting in your kitchen drawer right now. It sounds unreal, doesn't it? Yet, collectors across America are on the hunt for this elusive treasure, a coin that has rewritten the rulebook of modern numismatics. This is not just about luck, it's about awareness. Because right now, the market for rare US coins is hotter than ever, and every day that passes, another collector could find the one you overlooked. So, stay with me till the very end, because I'm going to reveal exactly why this 1988 penny is so valuable, how to identify the rare variety, and how this unassuming cent could unlock a fortune that changes your life forever. Let's rewind time to 1988, an era of transition for the US Mint. Technology was advancing, but errors still happened, tiny mistakes that today are worth hundreds of thousands. The 1988 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is one of those miracles, born from a rare die variety, crafted accidentally, and now elevated to legend. Here's what makes it extraordinary. While most coins were minted with distinct mint marks, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, this particular 1988 issue from Philadelphia carried no mint mark at all, a detail so small that millions overlooked it for decades. But the few that slipped through the mint's careful system possessed unique die features, nearly identical to the 1989 design that was never supposed to exist in 1988. And that's where the magic lies. The die used to strike these pennies was mismatched, a rare hybrid that collectors now call the transitional design error. Imagine owning a time capsule that literally shouldn't exist, a coin bridging two eras in American history. That's what this penny is. And now, before you start tearing apart your couch cushions like a treasure hunter, take a deep breath, because we're just getting started. Collectors have paid hundreds of thousands for verified versions of this 1988 no-mint mark penny. The latest confirmed sale? A staggering $944,000 for a pristine specimen. That's not a rumor, it's a documented auction result that left even veteran numismatists speechless. Now, you might be wondering, how can a penny, of all things, be worth that much? The answer lies in rarity and demand. Coin collectors aren't just hobbyists, they're investors, visionaries, and curators of history. Every coin tells a story, and when that story is 1 in a billion, the value skyrockets. Here's where it gets exciting, because you could have one right now. Hidden in a forgotten coin roll, resting in your childhood piggy bank, or tucked away in a shoebox filled with old change. That's where the last few 1988 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies have surfaced, in the most unexpected places, and here's the kicker, their value keeps climbing. As more collectors enter the market and fewer authentic pieces remain, demand is outpacing supply faster than anyone predicted. The 1988 penny has become a status symbol, a badge of discovery, and a gateway into a world where tiny treasures can transform ordinary people into millionaires overnight. But here's the part that most people don't realize, not every 1988 penny is the golden ticket. You must look for specific markers, the telltale signs of the rare transitional variety. And if you're unsure, don't worry, professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can confirm it for you. Imagine mailing in a penny and getting back an appraisal worth nearly $1 million. That's not fantasy, that's happening right now. When was the last time you truly looked at the coins in your wallet? How many opportunities have you passed by without knowing it, because the truth is wealth doesn't always come from the stock market, real estate, or business deals. Sometimes, it jingles softly in your pocket, waiting for you to notice. This is more than a coin, it's a symbol of possibility. Of how ordinary people can stumble upon extraordinary fortunes simply by paying attention. The 1988 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny reminds us that opportunity hides in plain sight, and only those who look closely are rewarded. So tonight, grab that coin jar. Empty it. Search every cent, every detail. Who knows? You might be holding your own $1 million masterpiece, a little piece of American history, destined to change your life forever, because sometimes, the smallest things carry the greatest value. This is your moment, don't let it slip through your fingers. If this story inspired you, don't stop here. Subscribe and stay tuned, because every week, we uncover rare coins, hidden treasures, and millionaire-making opportunities just like this one. Your next discovery might be the spark that ignites your financial freedom. Remember, stay curious, stay passionate, and keep searching, because history has a funny way of rewarding those who believe in the impossible.